Hey guys, it's me, and today I'm going to be doing a few tips for you on how to prepare for FIFA 13 and what you should do when the web app comes out. This is mostly for that sort of stuff and not necessarily for when the actual full game comes out, but anyway, I'll get right onto it. And first up, I would advise you to buy quite a lot of bid tokens. I'm going to go ahead and buy some here. I would say get at least 100 extra if you're going to be doing any trading at all on the web app, and just to be safe, I'm going to get 225, probably is enough for now. But presumably these bid tokens will be carrying over as they did last year, and if they do indeed carry over to the next web app, this will give you a big advantage compared to some of the other people who haven't bought bid tokens before, because they'll either have to wait for their bid tokens to recharge or buy more, which is costing them money. So obviously they won't be doing as much trading as you can do with these extra bid tokens that you bought with your FIFA 12 coins. Now, I do believe that's a good tip for most of you guys, unless of course you want to spend the money on your generations team, which can be kind of cool, but I think if you're looking for a more practical way, you should spend at least 5,000 on a few bid tokens. The next thing I recommend doing is looking for 5-star skill per silvers for cheap. Obviously, I don't think you'll be able to tell whether or not a player is 5-star skills when the web app first comes out, so you'll have to sort of use your instincts and take a guess at which ones will be 5-star skills, because obviously they're going to be the most expensive ones when the game actually releases. But I don't think there's a way to know for definite which players are 5-star skills and which aren't, although since season pass holders do get the game, I believe it's 3 days early. Yep, season ticket holders get the game 3 days early, so they will be able to look at skillers via the head-to-head or just edit player and see which ones do have 5-star skills. But if you buy people with 5-star skills, especially for silvers, for cheap on the first day or the first few days, then you will be able to make a huge profit on them when the game is available to everyone on the consoles. Another tip I would have for you guys is to look at players that I would say would be in not quite the top tier of players. This is just my opinion, or at least in terms of overall ratings, they're not quite at the very top tier, but they're very close to it. Sort of the 87s to the 84s are going to be popular when the web app first comes out, and try and buy some of those for cheap. Players, as you can see here, like Nani, Torres, Suarez, Gomez, Neymar, Lavezzi, and Cazorla. I've got quite a few BPL players in there, but that's because they are some of those popular players in the game. And when the game actually releases on the first day of console play, then I'm sure a lot of BPL fanboys, as a lot of people call them, or players that just like to use BPL teams, will want to buy a lot of these well-known players, I suppose, but they won't be able to afford the Van Persies and Rooneys too quickly. But I'd say if they open enough packs, which they probably will, then they should be able to afford players like this, and they will pay pretty much top dollar for these guys, since they won't be able to afford the very best, because they're going to be extremely rare in packs at the start. Unfortunately, I can't guarantee this is going to work, but if you can pick up players for a fair amount cheaper than their average price while you're on the web app, then you should be able to sell them on when the game releases, or you can even sell them on while the web app is still going. But usually what I found is players' prices often tend to go up once the actual disc is released. So for the most part, I would probably recommend keeping the players, but again, I can't guarantee this is going to work, and unfortunately I can't take any blame if it doesn't, so just have to go with what you think is the best method. That's pretty much it for the tip, guys. I might be bringing out some more in the near enough future, if I get enough interest, or if I can think up a few more that I can give to you. But yeah, apart from that, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you have, please leave it a like. If you have got any suggestions you would like to share for trading early in FIFA 13, then do feel free to put them in the comments or private message me. And apart from that, I'll talk to you all next time.